Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in. What up?
yes,
What up?
yes, yes. What's good with you, beloved?
Man, all good, just 421, day after the big day. Just just got home from a long day at work, chilling, bro.
Yo,
Good, good.
you know what's so crazy? Not that the world isn't 420 oriented, right? But you West Coast dudes,
It's
woo!
a little different out here, that's for sure. But for us,
Yo,
it's something we're used to. So it's like when we see from the other side of the country how they're not used to it and how they're just becoming aware of it and partaking more and all that. It's crazy to see the growth and where it should have been a long time ago.
right. Clearly,
Yeah.
clearly. And you know what's so crazy? Because there was a lot of events popping up. Not, and like I said, not that we didn't, but with New York, you know where we at right now, the legalization of certain things. So you know, dudes is like, front of the cops, like, yeah, what? You know?
No, it's for sure. Last time I was in New York, some cop was out there and he stopped me. He's like, "What are you smoking?" I was like, "It's just a black and mild," and he's seen it. And I was like, "What would you do if this was some weed right now?" And he's just like, "You know what? Honestly, if it was weed, probably write you up a ticket and you'd have to come into the station, this and that." But it's changed now even more. So it's exciting for New York and for everywhere else. It's good.
Right, right, right. You know, big man, it was good to see. You know, I love the growth. I love the growth. You dig what I'm saying? I love the fact that, I seen you about a year and a half ago. You dig what I'm saying? And I constantly see the growth of your music. Salute, Terra, the growth of your music and you as a brand. You
Yep.
know, before we get into it, man, I need to introduce the world, let the world know who you are, where you from, your style of music, the business. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, so I'm Biggie Babylon. I'm from San Diego, California. I represent the Chaldean community. So we're ancient Babylonian people, hence the name Biggie Babylon. But I've been doing music for a long time. Also involved in the cannabis lifestyle industry out here in Southern California and beyond. And just, I'm all out hustler, businessman, recording artist, actor, all that. Got a lot of stuff in the works. My music career has been doing really good and I'm excited to keep it going. I released a new record called All In, and it's a little different style for me because,
Right.
I was doing great with my other music, like that Pulled Up Fresh song. That's what I was out in New York promoting that single. That was doing crazy. And then I was hitting all across the Midwest and Florida and whatnot. Then all of a sudden, pandemic hit. And when
Right.
that happened, it's like, wow, we can't go to clubs. We can't perform these club records. We can't do anything like that anymore. So it was just kind of a weird time. Like for me, I didn't even want to think about doing music for a few months. I didn't even want to listen to music. It
Right.
was crazy. Like, are we going to even survive this COVID stuff that's going on or what? But, after a little while, we got back into the booth and started making new music. And it was like, all right, we can't really do club stuff because everything right now is just at home, or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So kind of switched up the sound a little bit, started doing a little bit more like an auto-tune type, but recording some wavy new music, and it's crazy. California lifestyle music, something you could ride around in your car with and smoke to, something just vibey, wavy.
Now,
It's incredible.
and I like that you gave that synopsis. This time around, when I listened to your last album, The Green Point, right?
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of features.
No, no, no.
Right. Now, was that your debut album or did you have anything prior to that?
I had a couple of things prior to that. My first album was back in like 2013. It was called CEOG. And that was kind of like just a hip hop trap type of album with about my life experiences. At that point I was owning some businesses at a check cashing store, liquor
Right.
store, stuff like that. So I was kind of just like talking about my real life, being a Chaldean
Right.
guy, working all day, entrepreneur stuff. But at night we go out and play and have fun, and party. And that was kind of the first album. Then I did another album with my boy Josh Franks called Hip Hop and Dance. And that was a little
Mm.
something different because we took hip hop music and also did some new style like EDM type music and had a couple big records on there, and that was going crazy. And then I recorded the Green Print album next. That was like, all right, now I'm in the cannabis lifestyle industry. Let's talk about that. Instead of it was kind of giving people not a blueprint but a green print on how to survive in that landscape. So that album did crazy. Got nominated for San Diego Music Award for Best Hip Hop Album of the Year last year, and did some good numbers. But you know, I was out there promoting that, and then did the Pulled Up Fresh single, and then now this All In record is doing some crazy numbers. You know, we just dropped the music video for it about 9 days ago. It's already got 150,000, 160,000 plus views.
So hold up. So you spoke about a lot. You spoke a lot in a matter of 2 minutes, right? In regards to, right? Because, you know, I like to paint a picture, Biggie. I like to paint a picture. And one of the greatest things that I heard was you spoke about autonomy. You know what I mean? Now, as a businessman, you know, you remain the businessman, but you still transition into something that you love, which is music, right? The culture of hip hop, right?
Yep.
Every element of what you introduced as far as your music, right, was
Okay, kind of got a little lost signal. I'm back with you now. I'm back. But you're talking about
you with me?
Mixing. Yeah, I got you. Let's see. We good? We good?
Yeah, we good now.
All right, cool. I just turned off the Wi-Fi because that's always sketchy out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah, you spoke
about
hold up.
music and go ahead.
You spoke about 3 albums, right? And each album, right, was based on a different element of your life. You did all of those, right? Up under the umbrella. How y'all doing? Up under the umbrella of your own label?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm an independent artist with my own label. You know, I started out behind the scenes when I first started in music, doing music management, and I kind of transitioned to an artist myself after seeing what it really takes, you know, and like, all right, you got to build a brand, you got to have an image, you got to have a presence and a story and all that, you know, and I was looking for an artist, and I noticed that was myself, you know, except I never really thought about rapping, but I had learned so much about it. We just started doing it. And once I heard myself professionally recorded, I was like, yep, I can take this to the next level. And it's taken some time to really get there, because for me, music has never been my number one thing. It couldn't be. It's always been some type of business that I was in. You growing up as a Chaldean kid, you're known to like being a family business. All right, you got a liquor store. And my dad's been in the same liquor store for 50 years right here in Southeast San Diego. And it's like, I don't want to be that guy. So I've always wanted to stick to music, but then again, it's like, all right, if you're trying to be independent and you're not getting signed or whatnot, you have to do it yourself. So, all right, make the money, and then do the music. You know, like that's just kind of how it has to happen. Especially if you want to like be your own boss. And I've always been a boss, so that was only right for me. So up until this day, like everything I do on my own. And nowadays I have a team definitely helping me with all the back end stuff, because it becomes way too much for one person to handle, especially if you're the artist too. So but it's been crazy. It's been exciting. Like every day now I got Zoom meetings and
have you been happy with the response?
Yes, definitely. This go around right now is the first time that I've actually been able to really do what I wanted to do. You know, like I've been able, like I could finally do it. So I'm doing it, and I got the real team behind me pushing it, and it's working. You know, all the crazy promo that we're doing is working. Numbers are piling up everywhere. I'm doing interviews every day. I got my manager, like Janie Jennings. She says, "What's up to you right now?"
Oh, Janie! Oh, that's Janie!
Janie, yep.
Where Janie at?
I think she might be watching right now.
Yo, Janie, that's my people. Oh, shit. We got history.
Yeah, she's been in here for 30 years. You know, Janie's funny. She's the only person that I've ever been around music. Is like anybody I name in the industry, like before I even finish talking about them, she's got them on the phone. And they answer the call. And it's like, hey, Janie, what's up? I'm like, wow, you really know everybody. And if you don't, you know the person that does. And
Janie, I was in Chicago with Janie. Janie is my, Joe, I got to call Janie. Crazy.
Do, man. See, I've been with her for sure.
Crazy. But anyway, right? So, yeah. So yeah, you know, and I was going to ask you that, the importance of having a team. You know what I mean? You know, when you're used to, you know, delegating and dictating, you dig what I'm saying? That process of saying, you know what, man, it's time for me to, you know, spread my wings, or better yet, give individuals certain positions, you know what I mean, and play that role. How was that transition for you?
I mean, at first you're on your own always, you know. So when somebody finally does start believing in it, it feels good. You know, like with DJ Billy Knight, he started taking me on these promo runs and stuff like that with One Umbrella, and I got to go and meet all these different radio stations, people up and down the West Coast, and then in New York and different places. And it's like, all right, cool. I got that. You know, I got love there. Then I got Janie doing all kinds of like administration stuff and making sure my paperwork is in order, and making sure that I'm going to get paid on every part of the songs the right way, and the legal work is done. And then you got promo guys like doing stuff. Like I got DJ Fat Fingers right now working the record all in, and it's just everywhere. And it's cool because you have people that you've been dealing with a long time that are good at what they do, and they really see it and they help you out. And then you got the new people that come on board, and that they have a special skill set too that you have to use, but not just anybody, you know. Like we have a team built. Like if you're gonna come work with us, we got to vibe with you. Like it's got to be real, because that's how we're doing. And I'm here in San Diego, and everybody talks about LA, but San Diego has what we need here. You know, we really can make it happen here.
But you have to see. Here's the problem with that, and that's with any state that have a major city, right, where there may be a slew of different things going on there. Everyone always wants to step out. As you stated, we have it here. Let's make best of it. And then, of course, we'll make best of every other city or state in a sense. So I like that you stated that.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, for me, like, I promote most of my stuff outside of my city. You know, I'm trying to lead by example for the city. It's like, all right, guys, if somebody's really going to pop out of this area, this is what you got to do. Right. You know, and it's, for me, it's kind of been working, and I feel ready to take on that role and to kind of be the face of Southern California coming up. So with that being said, can we just, I want to rewind. I'm going to go back. I'm going to play a song right now. This song, right? Pull Up Fresh. Yeah. Listen, the video, the theme, like the overall theme behind it was so in tune with the overall song itself, man. It was just like, wow. I'm getting ready to get into it. Can we do that? And then we're going to talk about it after. For sure. Hold up, y'all. And this was done about 2 years ago, but it's still fresh. So for all everyone that is not familiar, I need y'all to really get in tune with Biggie Babylon. Please, y'all. I'm going to go back. Vibe with me. I pulled Black Fresh Prince with a bad chick. With your chains on, Shazam my new song. How do you rock? Find me. Death Row trying to find me. I was born in the 80s. Will Smith in the 90s. Yeah. Up with your chains on. Up in the Range Road. JF's in the Benzo. I don't barely do friends though. With some new shit. Over my exclusive. With a bad chick. Cal D and we all lavish. Living like success. You can see who up next. Wearing Gucci. She wanna do me like a boss man. Hella flossy. With a loud back in the candle. Make them understand though. Black Fresh Prince with a bad chick. With your chains on. Shazam my new song. That boy trying to sign me. Death Row trying to find me. I was born in the 80s. Will Smith in the 90s. Yeah. You hear me? I hear you.
Up to the valet. Order me some Cali. Probably smoking Cali. In and out of Cali. Banana Golden State. East and West Interstate. Sacramento to the Golden Gate. San Diego getting money, we don't hesitate. That's right. Go get some money, then go spend some money, then go get some money, then do it again. You think I would do this if I couldn't do this? You think that I'm stupid? You can pretend. I deserve all my favors, and I love all my haters. Got about 100 flavors. I've been getting money since pages. Like Fresh Prince. With a bad chick. With your chains on.
Biggie Babylon.
My man.
I salute you, beloved. I salute you. Hey, D.
Thank you, bro.
First and foremost, like I said, for everybody that's on here, you know, usually, and no, I'm not even going to say usually, a lot of times as an artist, right? As an artist, when you create a song, a lot of times you try to make sure that the visual, right, complements the song itself. My guy, the theme, the producer, break everything down, please.
So that track was produced by my boy JF on the beat, Josh Franks. You know, we always wanted to do some type of throwback song to represent the 90s, and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was one of my favorite shows growing up, and I felt like it was time to pay homage to it. So when I heard the beat, I was like, you know what, yo, that can work, especially if we put a visual behind it. So we did the song. I hit up my boy Yellow out in LA, and he did the video for it, and we kind of recreated the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song opening, but with my Middle Eastern family instead, you know. So
right,
it was it came out pretty dope, man. Sponsored by my boys Babylon's Garden, and the record was met crazy. So once I knew I had something, I was performing at South by Southwest, and I did my songs, then I did that one, and I could just tell by the reaction of the crowd was like everybody was just shocked. And I got off stage, and people were coming up to me from all over the country like, hey, what is that? What'd you do that record? I was like, man, we just did that like last week. It's coming out. You know, it's coming. And I knew I had something. So, you know, we did the video, put it out, and it did crazy numbers too. Started promoting it across the country. Had my DJ Loud Pack that I was using to promote it, and went out there and did my thing, you know. But then the pandemic hit and kind of slowed everything down. So it's like, but it still stays hot. It gets just right all the time.
Right.
You know?
I applaud you, man. Like I said, man, that was a dope thing. When I heard it a while ago, but I said, nah, man, I never really got a chance to really get, you know, the definition behind it, you know what I mean? And just the overall layout, you know what I mean? So I applaud you and I thank you, right? So we're going to fast forward, man. I'm getting ready to play a joint off your, off your last album, right? And I'm going to play that Everybody Looking. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that. Produced by my boy Tom Genius. You know, working with Tom Genius, he did this crazy record, and then we got the All In record next with him, and it's dope.
We gonna go. Walk with me. Walk with me. Go. Tom Genius, I see you there, brother. I see you. I smell what you cooking, Tom Genius. Let's go.
I don't need the cash, baby, I just want the gold. Yeah, we flying G5, yeah, across the globe. Yeah, why you faking, man, I just wanna know. Man, why you hating, I just really wanna know. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want the gold. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want the gold. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want the gold. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want to go, yeah, just want to go. Everybody know, been there before. We moving fast, how do you do it? You moving slow. Tell them, oh no, colder than oh, yeah, they don't flow. How they wanna do it, man, they lie to the soul. Kick it like soccer, family opera, bringing the chopper. They needed a doctor. I'm trying to get money and prosper. They needed an Oscar. We going all way to the top, yeah. We smoking cheap like a roster. They look for the lion. They know that they're lying. They know they deny it. We say Private Ryan. We came in through flying. They know that we smoking our tree. Quand de Paris, stay la vie. Tell them they're looking like me. I don't know they're going away, but I know we gonna play.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey.
I don't need the cash, baby. I
I
just
just
want
want
the
to
gold.
go.
Yeah, we flying G5, yeah, across the globe. Yeah, why you faking, man? I just wanna know. Man, why you hating? I just really wanna know. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want the gold. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want the gold. Everybody looking, yeah, everybody looking, just want the gold.
Biggie Babylon.
Yes, sir.
So Biggie, so first and foremost, right, is most of your production with Tom Genius?
Right now, yeah, that one actually, Tom Genius and Debato did that record. Tom's doing a lot of my new records. I got Mev the Renegade that I'm working with. He did a lot of DJ Khaled stuff out in Miami. It's just a lot of producers, man, that I've been working with in the past. And, you know, I did one record with Street Symphony and Dio Speaks out in Atlanta. They're dope.
Right.
You know, they got Grammy wins on their thing. We did the On the Way record with them. And it's just time to, I mean, I like to feel comfortable in the studio. And guys like Tom Genius, you know, we go and we record in his garage, you know, like we do what we want there. We smoke, we chill, we vibe out, we record. It's just a good time when we do it. It's got to be real. So, you know, I love that, but I'm always open to working with anybody who's got what it takes, you know what I mean? But I love my team right now, definitely.
Who's inspiring you music-wise at this current moment?
I mean, at this moment, I don't know, man. Like I haven't been listening too much to new music lately. It's just, but I mean, I've been watching like guys that just come out of nowhere and do it. Like CJ with his Whoop-Dee record came out of nowhere and he did his thing with that. Guys like the Dior kid that did that Mood song. Just vibey records, you know. I just vibe with anything that's working. I like it.
In regards to an era in which you came up, who inspired you? And it could be any genre of music.
You know, I would say first, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but Michael Jackson was definitely big in our house. Like, we had the tapes, and we were rocking that all the time.
It won't be cliche. It won't be cliche. You know what I mean? Because you automatically, you went to the king of pop. It's not like you said, a rapper. You know what I mean? So, no, that's cool.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, that type of stuff. But like when hip hop started coming around, like I definitely liked the whole West Coast stuff with Dre and Eazy-E and stuff like that before them. And then Bone Thugs and Harmony came, and that was a whole new style of music that I fell in love with. You know, they were the first to really do the singing mixed with the hip hop. And you know, then Eminem became my favorite. I saw Eminem in concert one time when he was just about to blow up, and there was literally like 100 people there. And like it wasn't even a big deal at all. It was just like, who's this guy Eminem? But I knew from that point, I knew the first time I heard him, he's gonna be a star. And I see that with a lot of people. Like, and then Nelly, I discovered Nelly before a lot of my friends and whatnot did. And I knew he was gonna blow up, and he became one of my favorite for a while. And it's just, I love all kinds of music, man. It really did. You know,
you stated that your family, you come from Middle East, right?
Yep. My parents are from Iraq, but we're original Babylonian people. So we've been in there for a long time. We were like the first real civilization in history.
Right.
So it's kind of funny that a lot of people forgot about us and that we even exist to this day. But there's still a lot of us out here, especially in Detroit. That's our #1 community, and then San Diego's #2 for us. But then we've also been spread apart all around the country now. They go to where the business is, and
of course
they're everywhere.
You gotta respect it. Have you tapped into that community music-wise?
I have a little bit. You know, I mean, definitely they're aware of me. But for them, especially in like my hometown, it's like I grew up with these people. You know, I'm just another guy in the community. It's like, how can I be a superstar in their eyes? You know, so until I can prove it and really do it, then they're gonna like really, really embrace it. But I do, like when I go to weddings, everybody comes up, like, hey bro, I've been listening, I've been following you for a while. This and that. All right. I never see you post it. I never see you share it. I never see you tell nobody about it. It's cool. It's cool. I get it because I've been doing this for too long. But nowadays it's a little different. You know, it's definitely different now. I'm definitely getting the love, especially out in Detroit. They started writing about me in some magazines out there, and they're becoming more and more aware. Now the video's going pretty crazy, so I feel like it's time now to represent that community even more and let people know about us and learn about our history and our traditions
Right.
and our lifestyle. You know, like we're different. It's just we are, and I want to show that.
And I'm glad that you actually, you know, opened up with, okay, Iraq, but Babylon, we are the, you know what I mean? So you would just, most individuals just stop there, you know what I mean? And when you say,
Yeah.
they like, oh, come on, you know what I mean? So I applaud you and I thank you for that.
Thank you,
I thank
man.
you for that. Tell me a bit
Definitely.
more about the new album. When is it dropping?
So new album, I'm calling it Coronado, California. People who don't know Coronado, it's this little like island right off the coast of San Diego. Very exclusive, very high end, very wealth over there. You know, that's what it
Right.
is. And that's just kind of like, that's what I'm shooting for. That's where I'm trying to be when I retire. So that's like the lifestyle and vibe that I want to show around the world is the real lifestyle out here in San Diego and right off. And so it's dope. About 10 records. The first single we did is called All In and doing numbers, but the album's coming out on 6/19, which is actually the area code for San Diego, 619. So it kind of like plays both ways, but I'm real excited to put it out, man. I have a real good feeling that it's going to do very well. And all the songs on there could be singles, you know, and it's crazy.
Any features?
Features, I got Tom Genius actually featured on one of them. You know, I stay away from the features right now. I don't know why.
Why is that?
It's just, you can use that money that you're going to pay a feature on better things to market and promote more than what the feature is going to bring. You know, and just, it just is what it is. I feel like a feature is going to come when it comes, the right one. And they're going to want to remix on one of my records. And that's kind of where I'll definitely going to win in that situation. You know, I'm waiting for Drake to call, be like, you know, I want to be on that remix for All In or Post Malone or Travis Scott or somebody like that. You know, so I'll be listening when they do call.
Listen, how has California taken to your music?
Really well, man. Really well. Like I did the promo run I did in Up and Down California, so I got to meet all these DJs and became friends with them personally. So when I reach out to them with a new record, they actually listen to it and they start embracing it and playing it and sharing it with their people. And I mean they're vibing with it for sure. You know, I do most of my fans though are actually coming from the East Coast, Midwest, down south in Florida, and then a lot of international people. People in the UK are really messing with it. Brazil, Germany, like I see the analytics come in and it's like, wow, it's mind blowing how far this music can really spread. And it's crazy.
With that being said, man, I'm gonna get into another joint and then we're gonna get into All In. How about that? Can we do that?
Let's do it. Absolutely,
I'm
man.
gonna get into Breakdown.
Breakdown's dope.
Let's go, baby.
That's JF and Tom Genius on that one. So and JF singing the hook on that track. So like you talk about features, like I have built-in features in my team already that sound like a real deal feature because they are, you know.
They are right.
Yeah.
Now,
but that track is crazy because JF sent me that track. He's like, I got a smoking track for you, and we started writing to it like as a smoke track, like just like talking about weed and stuff. But then I was like, you know, this is more than that. This is like you go through a struggle. To me, I started thinking about the time I got robbed at my check cashing store and really had gun to my face, crawled to my safe, you know, like that's real. And what happened after that, I got home, I finished, and I broke down some weed, you know, and thought about it. So it's just
not to say it like that. He said I broke down into some weed and thought about it.
Yeah, straight up. Take that weed and break down. It was crazy.
So, you know, for an artist, right? What comes first for you? Is it the music first, or do you go into the studio with the lyrics?
No, a little combination of both. You know, a little combination. It just happens organically. You know, especially if we're working with these same people for so long. It's just like, all right, we know what we need to do. And it's like, all right, either we're listening to a beat that we choose and then write to it, or we just make something from scratch and it just starts building from there, and then it just builds and it turns into something dope all the time. And we've gotten kind of good at it. So now it's like, all right, we got the music check. Now what? What's next? Is all right. Now we got to promo it and get it out to people because anybody can make music, but
Right.
how you put that music out and let people listen to it and your story behind it, that's what's going to separate you from the average guy out there.
Of course.
It's different.
Of course. You know, before we even jumped into, you know, what we were talking about, you spoke about just being an entrepreneur in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we speak a lot about the marijuana in itself, you know what I mean? And as an artist, right? But also being part of that business, how is that, man? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there's ways to kind of cross promote and do them both. It's funny because like back in 2015, I just shut down my dispensary, got closed down, and I was trying to transition. I started talking to a record label in LA, and I was like, all right, I'm going full force into music. So when I got to LA and I started trying to do music, everybody started hearing about my cannabis past. They're like, oh, we want to get into cannabis. And I was like, man, what's going on here? Like, I'm trying to do what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to do what I've been doing. Like, I want to do music, you know, but then it kind of just had to come back into doing what we know to make music again and keep going with it. So it just kind of goes hand in hand, you know, like people know me, they know my brand, they respect what I do. It's quality in either facet. It's going to be quality, whether it's that.
Right, but it's legitimate. Music. It's legitimate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're definitely
cannabis, right? So can you give me some grains? Like, you know, it's new to me. Do you got a Biggie Babylon grain?
We have strains, you know, like we can
strains,
make names of any kinds. Yeah, definitely. It can happen. So that's kind of where I see the future in things like this is like, instead of giving out shoe deals, I'm giving out strain deals to up and coming people or the celebrities and whatnot. It's like, all right, we can put you on the shelves now legally with your name on it, on your own strain. So you don't have to get into the business part of it. Here, just take this payment up front or a licensing thing that we come up with, and now we got our own thing. But there's just so many different avenues in this industry that you can go through. I would say just like figure out what you like most in it and just kind of like focus on that, learn it, be around it, and then just get better at it. That's all you can do.
Right. And you know, I asked that, right? I asked that because, you know, most individuals that get into this industry, music, right? They get into music, you know, sometimes they get into it to, you know, increase, right? Their ability to want to, you know, jump into any other type of business, you know what I mean? So for you to be doing it, once again, simultaneously is a process, man, and I applaud you.
It's not easy. Definitely not easy, man. I'm up early every day and I sleep late every night, and I got a family to take care of in between. So it's not easy. But it's a passion.
In regards to acting, I heard a little bit of acting. Are you looking to delve into acting?
Yeah, definitely. I was in Beverly Hills for 2 years studying acting, and I got pretty good. You know, the teachers, my acting coaches were like, "Look, we've been around a long time. You're good enough to make it right now. You can make it. There's nobody stopping you. You just have to go network and do this and that and go audition." So I started auditioning, and it's like, all right, you got to go audition like 30 times to get like one callback or something, because it's just saturated, just like with everything else.
With everything, right?
So for me, I'm like, all right, I love to act, but I'm not gonna just go be an actor. I'll go produce a film or a TV show. I'll cast myself as an actor, and boom, boom, and that's it. So all right, now it goes back to, all right, to produce a movie costs money, so go back to make some money. So kind of went back, and now I'm at the point where if I want to make a movie, I'm gonna go make a movie. And that's kind of how we're doing right now with our music videos. They're not just like typical generic rap videos. We're shooting little short films with like storylines behind them and top quality production, you know, and it's just that's the recipe to win.
Man, we're all in, right?
All in, dude. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Damien Sandoval out in LA.
Whoa,
he directed that one. He's a big timer.
Woo! Listen. Yeah. The concept behind it, man, the cinema, it was movie based, man, like everything behind it. How long did it take to put the treatment together first and foremost?
I mean, the treatment kind of came through in like, I'd say about a week after we talked about the ideas and whatnot. Damien hit me back with some ideas, and then I gave him some ideas that I wanted to incorporate with it. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do that. We added that in, and then then the production starts where you start renting out the stuff. You know, we rebuilt an underground casino, like straight up. This place was just a warehouse, and we made it a casino with stripper poles and booths and craps table and slot machines and roller tables. There was like 30 to 40 people on set with the cast and crew. So, you know, we just put it together. It was a full day shoot out in LA, and got there real early in the morning, started shooting, finished up at night, and that was a wrap. And then a couple weeks later, I had the first cut. I was like, yep, we're going to win with this for sure. And I was excited to drop it. You know, it just dropped finally about 10 days ago, and it's doing numbers.
Woo! With that being said, we're going to get into the song itself. Hold up 1 second. Oh, man, I applaud you. I thank you, man. We're going to get into the song All In, right? This is off his new album, Coronado, California.
Right.
Coming out June 19th, y'all. This is single to it. How about that, y'all?
Let's go.
I appreciate you, man. Oh, man.
That's
man.
the one right now.
That's the one. What's your next move, man?
Man, but first I want to shout out to all the DJs across the country and the world for playing that record on their shows, on their mix shows, adding it to their playlist, all that. It actually reached #2 globally on digital radio trackers charts for independent artists. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But that we're pushing that one for a minute, you know, like I've been hearing from people that it might even hit the top 40. And if that happens, then it's just we're going to the moon.
Nah, you got to put it out there. You put in the ether, it will happen. There's no if. We always military grinding, man. Come on, man. There's no if in this.
That's right.
It will happen.
It's going to hit top 40, and then everybody in the world is going to know my name. And it's going to be fun when that happens. Get to travel the world and really do what we do.
You know, the fact that the world is opening up, man, I know that you are itching to get back on that stage, man.
Bro, definitely. My last show was March 12th last year. I was opening up with Twista, the homie Twista. And that was an incredible show, but like the next day it was shut down. Even that night was when they were first starting to limit people. So like 50 people that were on my guest list like called and like, oh, we're not coming, COVID. And I was like, oh my God, it's crazy. But it was. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to perform again. I really can't. There's nothing like that vibe, that energy. What is it?
Are you working on any shows right now, even though that it's opening up a little?
I've been in talks with some festivals that are planning on opening, so we should definitely be hitting something soon. I'm trying to get on a tour, maybe even out in the UK or out in Asia, maybe coming up like late summer, and then just go from there and see what happens. But I definitely are ready to hit the road.
Yo, I appreciate you. Biggie Babylon, man, this is just the beginning of a great relationship, man. Listen, I'm here, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Talk to us about other business ventures that you're currently in. I see that you got the piece. Talk to us. Yeah.
These are my people at Babylon's Garden. You know, they make a quality product. Look for the lion as a slogan, and just anything you see with that name on it, that brand, this logo, you can trust it, and that's for damn sure. And we're excited to launch some new products with them. But right now, it's the first time ever where I'm going to be able to focus on my music and my entertainment career. And whether it's myself as an artist or becoming a label even more and start helping other people that I believe in and getting out there, that's just, the possibilities are endless. And I look forward to it. And I look forward to working again with people like you, you know, who have been there from the beginning. You know, like, I'm human. I remember. I know who's back there and who's not, and who always doubted it. And who's always been supporting, and we appreciate it, definitely.
And I thank you, man. You know, with that being said, let them know your handles, man. You know what I mean, so that they can tap in. I need everybody to tap in with this good bro right here.
So Biggie Babylon, I'm the only Biggie Babylon in this world. So if you tap, you're gonna definitely see me. You can't miss me. I'm 6'2". I used to be almost 400 pounds, but now I'm about 300 pounds. But I'm still the big dude with the bald head and nice beard. And that's it. Biggie Babylon everywhere. Make sure you go onto my YouTube, subscribe, because I got my all-in videos doing numbers. You got to watch that. And the new video concept that we're talking about doing right now is going to just like take it over the top even more than it's been. And I'm excited to share. So please, please, please follow me, Instagram, everywhere. Biggie Babylon. That's it.
Biggie Babylon, I want to thank you. You know, he's the second. This is my third day in regards to my West Coast week. Every month I'll be, you know, shining a light on a different city or a different state, man. So, Biggie, I appreciate you, man. We're going to be working. So, know that. And Janie, tell her I love her, man. That is she good people. Janie,
I will for sure. Yeah, I'm in good hands right now, so I'm excited about where we're going.
You in great hands, man. Listen, let me tell you something. I went out to Chicago, and Janie was, we went into some tough places. Janie rode with us, man. Like she's about it, man. She's about her business. She's dope, man. She is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Have a good night, brother. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you very much. See y'all later.
All right, be good. And everybody that tuned in, man, I thank y'all. This outlet needs that, man. You see them numbers, man. We working, we having fun. All the world, have a good night. Thank you.